October 19th, 2003 at the First Marina Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, which is the home state of the Greater Sacco. We saw No Mercy 2003 in front of 8,500 fans and with 463,000 pay-per-view buys worldwide. The opening video package is centered and focused on the Vince vs Stephanie feud to begin with, then Brock vs Undertaker. Nothing too amazing, but decent enough. The set looks solid again, nothing amazing, but better than anything these days for sure. Match 1, the Cruiserweight Championship, Tajiri vs Rey Mysterio. Tajiri had beaten Rey for the title, thanks to using some red mist, so this is Rey's chance to get his belt back and exact revenge. A really fun and exciting opening match with great height flying and striking. Both took lots of damage and it was well paced without going too fast, and it lets you breathe. Rey had the match won, but a fan interfered and distracted the ref, allowing Tajiri to hit a buzzsaw kick and win.
It's stupid! It's stupid!
The ending really sucked, which is a shame as it knocks off a grade, as Tajiri didn't sell Rey's finish enough and just sprung up to win. The rest of the match was good though, rating a B. Vince is interviewed by Josh Matthews about his match with his daughter. He is very entertaining. He demands no one interferes unless they want to be blacklisted from wrestling. Match 2, Chris Benoit vs the A-Train. A-Train is a good wrestler. That being said, he is extremely boring. He was on offense for like 30 minutes and it was mind-numbingly dull to watch. And I was clawing my eyes out of boredom.
Bored, boring, dull, tedious, annoying.
We then have what this match is known for. A-Train botching a press slam and Benoit landing face first onto a chair. It was scary as hell. Benoit eventually won, putting an end to this garbage match. Genuinely awful mess of a match. Rating a D-. Match 3, Matt Hardy V1 versus Zack Gowen. Before the match, we see the pay-per-view debut of the GOAT, John Heidenreich. Yes. He is choking Shannon Moore out because he gave his WWE tryout tape to Matt and Shannon and they threw it away. Matt claims it was actually the short best of Shannon Moore tape they threw away. Heidenreich is playing a crazy person who has Little Johnny as his friend, who he always mentions, but we never see. Assumedly he is made up in his mind. A prelude to Little Jimmy. The Matt facts of the day: he cannot be grossed out and has survived 5 car wrecks. Okay, that is nice to know. It was a nice little showcase for Zack Gowen, who dares to defy. He did well with some great unique high flying and Matt played a nice heel. Zack got his big win with a lovely moonsault. Match was okay, but it was all about the moment of Zack winning. Rating a C. We see Linda and Vince backstage. She tries to get him to cancel the match and he does. Not of course, and instead changes to a no-hold-barred I Quit match. But he says Stephanie can win by pinfall. Aw, so kind. Match 4, the Bashion Brothers versus the APA. The Bashion Brothers are usually led by Shaniqua, who is a dominatrix, and they are her toys, I guess. But JBL clotheslined her and took her out. Their theme song is dreadful, and the APA's is amazing. Some iffy moments from the Bashion Brothers, who seemed very green and awkward at times. While it was fun seeing Farouk and Bradshaw beat the crap out of them, the match as a whole was mediocre at best, and a big part of the middle portion felt like they were padding the match out. That or the Bashions ran out of moves. The match peaked with Bradshaw's hot tag. Him just beating people up is so much fun to watch. I see why he got a big push later in the year. We got a ref bump and Shaniqua returns and takes out Bradshaw with a club, allowing the Bashions to win. Her outfit is crazy. Gotta love a leather corset. Her ass was fully on out. Rating a C-. Shaniqua does a post-match interview where she says JBL's clothesline swelled her breast up. Nice way to add into storyline that she got a boob job. The Bashions are very happy and are licking their lips. I can't blame them. Match 5, Stephanie McMahon versus Vince McMahon. I Quit match. We get an insane video package, and this is such an entertaining and insane storyline. Vince is the best heel of all time. Also, Stephanie is hot as hell with some amazing outfits. Linda McMahon is Stephanie's manager, while Vince has Sable, who is absolutely beautiful. Not a sexy attire, but her face is so pretty here. Cartoon Vince never fails to amuse me. Vince begins with a cheap shot as Stephanie's back is turned. He just beats the absolute shit out of Stephanie, and this is funny as hell. Stephanie gets some kicks in when Vince is distracted, but takes a big clothesline. She refuses to tap out to a series of submissions and gouges his eyes, blinding him. Smart. Linda beats up Sable with some awful punches, and she slaps Vince into a low blow from Stephanie.
In the plums.
She then low blows him with a pipe and gets a near fall. The crowd is electric. That was awesome. Stephanie has the pipe and Vince pleads. And then Vince runs at her with the funniest run ever. Many pipe shots and a top rope one, but only a 2 count as he gets his foot on the ropes. Vince accidentally knocks Sable off the apron, and a bulldog from Stephanie also gets a near fall. This is just so much fun. Vince has to beat her by using the pipe. He is so insanely evil, it is amazing. So much so, he chokes her with the pipe, and Linda throws in the towel. Now, usually I hate intergender matches, but because they act like men and women are the same, and it ruins the illusion of pro wrestling. But this one gets a pass because it was clearly about how Vince is obviously stronger, and thus making him absolutely cartoonishly evil. This had a hot crowd, some really fun moments, great pacing, and just some amazing drama and electricity around it, entertaining as hell. Not technically sound, but that doesn't matter in pro wrestling when it's this much fun. Post-match, he gets Linda and pushes her to the floor and makes out with Sable in front of her. Unfortunately, this is the end of the hot GM Stephanie era. It's a shame because this was her peak hotness. We deserved more, damn it. A rating, a surprising A-. Match 6, Kurt Angle vs John Cena. This feud has been hella fun. We got Kurt Angle rapping, and his mix of comedy and seriousness is fantastic. The video package is pretty good with a nice smooth rap song. Cena's pre-match rap, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, it was solid enough. Crowd is surprisingly 50-50 chanting "Let's go Cena" and "Let's go Angle." Good story as Angle dominates before missing a corner attack and going shoulder first into the post. Thus this allowed Cena to take full control with a few Angle hope spots. Lovely spot as Angle dropkicks Cena's ankle from a jumping off the top rope, which gets Angle back into the match. Cena then has to use underhanded tactics to hit off a DDT on the apron and then hit a lovely guillotine leg drop, which looked amazing. Cena could have sold his ankle a bit more. He just straight up stopped selling it when on offense, very much knocking off a grade for that alone. Angle kicked out of a corner powerbomb and later an FU, albeit a very close near fall. Cena kicked out of an Angle slam with a slightly delayed pin, probably didn't need that though. Good near fall as Cena hits Angle with his own medals. Cena tapped out to the ankle lock, a rare tap out. It was a good match, but the lack of selling from Cena and the fact that it kind of went overboard with the near falls for an upper mid-card match hurt it too. The finish wasn't built towards very well either, especially with Cena not selling the ankle. So on paper I think this could have worked, but in execution it wasn't as good. Rating a B-. Match 7, United States Championship, Eddie Guerrero versus The Big Show. In the build-up, Big Show insulted Eddie's heritage and Eddie sprayed Big Show with human sewage in revenge. So, Big Show brutalized Eddie and chokeslammed him through one of Eddie's cars. A fun storyline overall, so hopefully the match can be too. Eddie does not come out in a low run, instead coming out very seriously. He shows off his scars and tape from what Big Show did to him from all the glass. Eddie starts quick with a surprise attack, as you would in this situation, and the ref gets murdered by Big Show's leg drop by accident. Eddie hits Show with brass knucks, but Show barely kicks out after a long delayed pinfall. So he then hits him with the title and then hits the frog splash. Big Show still kicks out though, as he is a giant. Eddie gets his foot on the ropes after taking a chokeslam, but a second chokeslam out of nowhere wins it. The ending felt a bit rushed, but the match was actually pretty well done, if not spectacular. Rating a B-. Big Show told you so. He took Eddie's masculinity.
Huh?
Main event, WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, Biker's Chain. Brock has become unhinged and is a complete monster. This feud also involves Vince. Brock is champion again, but Undertaker is not pleased as Lesnar cost him the chance at becoming champion himself. A fantastic video package, might I add. To win, it's a normal match, but you can get a chain from the pole and use it. The biker's chain stipulation took some drama out of the near falls. You know this match isn't ending until it is retrieved, so anything before that is much less dramatic. But this was a hoss battle if I've ever saw one. It felt like a war, big action and hits. The biggest moment was when Undertaker piledrove Lesnar on the steps. Jesus. Taker also hit a perfect top rope chokeslam. In the end, the FBI and Vince interfered and gave Brock the win. A crap finish to an otherwise good match, let down via the stupid stipulation. Could have just done a no DQ match. Rating, a B. So overall, this was a fun show, not a great show, but fun enough. So I give the overall a C+. Match of the night is the superbly entertaining Stephanie McMahon versus Vince McMahon match. I had so much fun watching that. The worst match of the night was Chris Benoit versus A-Train. I never want to see that match again. I have realised during this 2003 run that A-Train is monumentally boring. Moment of the night was in the main event. Undertaker pile driving Lesnar on the steps. Really cool moment, really brutal. The sexy moment of the night goes to Shaniqua's leather corset with her arse out. Very nice. MVP awards, only one can be given in each match. Bronze goes to The Undertaker for a pretty good main event performance and also that pile drive on Lesnar. Silver goes to JBL, aka Bradshaw. Very fun to see him beating people up. He really entertained me with that. And the gold goes to Stephanie McMahon for having a fantastic performance in her match with the crowd super far behind her. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I know you'll do none of these things. No one watches these videos to the end anyways. Take care.
Peace out, my brothers.